Throughout the history of economics, the prevalence of self-interest is not some abstract concept, but merely what we live for. This idea, introduced by Adam Smith, describes the liberty to pursue our own private interests while on a larger scope aiding the economy like an invisible force pushing for progression. Considering the principles of public choice theory, self-interest can be extended in terms of politics. Under public choice theory, each individual has his or her own aspirations, and each discrete goal plays a significant role in positive analysis, instead of constructive normative analysis. This behavior benefits the economy, but ultimately brings about government failure.
A common source of government failure is rent-seeking. Some forms of rent-seeking include tariffs or subsidies for produced goods, companies lobbying for tariffs or laws to restrict competition. In Canada, many agricultural sectors share these kinds of regulations which protect their industries. Seeking rents will protect organizations while inhibiting the growth of others, which is not ideal for the economy. Consequently, this produces a situation where the economy is in imbalance in certain industries, heightening economic growth for some and hampering others. In reality, many groups may seek lobbying to maximize their own profits, but eventually there will only be one prevailing winner. The winner's profits are artificially augmented while the investments of resources from other groups are wasted. In the end, the aggregate value of the market is decreased and the collective interests of the people face the back of the invisible hand.
Furthermore, what if the government operated more efficiently? How would this affect the economy? Well, the notion of egalitarianism is commonly used by politicians to promote themselves and can be done by the government through tax redistribution. Initially, this may sound good, but in reality, it is not. If everyone gets an equal share of the economic resources, then people lose all incentive to work diligently and to seek competition. This can be illustrated graphically with the Lorenz curve and the Gini ratio. For example, if every worker was paid $10 per hour regardless of his or her contributions, then this brings the Gini ratio closer to zero, forming the perfect equality line. This equal distribution in income poses an indefinite harm to the economy since all incentive for hard work will cease to exist. Although an equal share of economic resources may sound politically just, unfortunately, income redistribution ultimately leads to an underconsumption of luxury goods and an overconsumption of inferior goods, as well as a disincentive to work.
After exploring the implications and relationships between both good and bad politics with economics, it is imperative to consider which would be collectively better, as both entities are equally as important to society.
As long as we maintain our current desire for self-satisfaction and manipulate politics, then good economics can only be a distant dream. Only with increased collective efforts and a correct balance of the two sources can we eventually reach a state of betterment for all.